Get that cat rolling right now.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dave Station. And Robert Sullivan, who's in the chat.
Oh,
Happy
nice.
birthday, Dave.
Thanks,
What is
guys.
up, Robert Sullivan? Vito Corleone. Don't mess with that dude. He sounds like a mafia boss. Imzadi says, happy birthday, Robert. Bobby Joe. Slipping Bananas.
Nice.
Joystick Guru.
Slipping Bananas. I love
Pico
that
the
name.
Pig. Legit Lemon. Chew. I have the flu. Feel better, Legit Lemon. Bob C. the Game Cat. Hello. That Game Cat in the chat.
Sure is.
Yes, it is two people's birthday today. Oh my God, Bobby Joe is 69. That is the best age you could possibly be
Hell
in
yeah.
life. You know what?
Oh, yeah.
I stopped caring about my birthday after age like 25. Now I have a new goal to get to age 69. That is perfect. Kev Garrett, Texotron, Condition. What's up, dude? Feel better. Robbie B, the English Game Cat, Dave Ashby, Wink Rogers, Doug Fu, Ninja Cat, Hoo Ha He, Dadman Gaming, Mick Coles, SB, Stephen Carwell, Chief the VR Gamer, Fernando Dog, Berbert Cat, Joshua Taylor, Truly Obvious, Gyson, fist bump to you, Chaos, Kyle. Everybody, welcome.
I started the show like 2 minutes ago. I was like, don't tell AJ we started the show. Yeah. This is PSVR GamesCast Live. We film live every Thursday night at 6 p.m. every Thursday, man. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and being part of the show today. All PlayStation VR stuff all the time. Man, I am so happy that there's more PlayStation VR stuff to talk about. We had a real slow start to the year. But man, this is things that you can tell. You can tell the breadcrumbs are there. We're following the trail. Things are starting to pick up. We're picking things up. We're throwing them out windows, zombies. Shit's happening.
We're throwing
man.
anything?
Shit's happening. Throwing anything and everything out the window and seeing what sticks. Guys, first things first, make sure you join our Discord. The link is in the description. That is where this conversation happens 24/7. And boy, the conversations are hilarious lately.
Oh, man. I can't shut up in the Discord lately.
You can't shut up anytime. Every time AJ calls me, I'm like, do I have the next 2 hours free? We never mean for it to happen. But it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. Next thing I know, it's like 4, and I'm like, dude.
we say bye like at least 4 times.
Yeah.
I think like 5th time.
No, you say bye. No, you say bye. No, you say bye. Yeah, we're adorable. I'm Bryan Paul from this channel right here. Without Parole, this guy in the middle is AJ from PSVR Underground. Obviously, this channel as well, but he's doing marvelous things on his own channel. And that guy in the far left side of your screen is Dave from Dave Station VR, the birthday boy himself.
Woo!
The other birthday boy himself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Man,
the other birthday boy.
But of course, being your birthday, you don't even get to be here for the full show. This is one of those weeks where you have to duck out early.
It really sucks. I was hoping and praying I'd be able to get out of it, but
Hoping
it's not
and
in the
praying
cards.
and dreaming. I don't know the words to that. So
Me neither.
yeah. All right, guys, we have a lot to talk about. And with Dave here for only a limited amount of time, we should probably get right into it, right?
But we will have a special guest joining us once Dave gets out of here.
And
but
very
today,
special.
Brian,
When we say special, man, like we're talking Polish Paul special.
Yeah.
Like
very
I mean, like,
special.
yeah.
We have 14 items on the list today, including a giveaway at some point, probably halfway through the show for all those just tuning in for the giveaway.
And Dave, don't get mad at anyone this week.
I'm gonna heckle anybody who asks more than once, because that guy asked like 5 times when the giveaway was.
Yeah.
Oh man! But
Yeah.
we have
We're
have
excited. We're sorry, AJ. We're excited that you're here. We're excited that you're excited for the giveaway. So thank you for showing up. But yeah, we don't ask when we're doing it because we won't answer you. It'll just happen when it happens. And if you and don't worry, you don't have to be here to know who wins. I send you a PSN message after the show, and so if you don't feel like watching the show, if you're too busy, you've got lights, things going on, do not worry about it. We get you covered. You do not need to be here if you are the winner. It's all good. All right, AJ.
All right. So we've got the latest updates with PS5, which is not really much. No rumors. Fuck rumors. We're not talking about any rumors. Only facts here.
It's like fuck rumors. That's all we talked about last week. 3 hours straight.
And that's why
But that was
hated
the rumor episode,
It
which
was.
was fine. That was just the one-off because we were like, all right, we need to squash a lot of these. And those were only about games. Those weren't, PS5 is going to be 18 teraflops and, whatever. There's no specs that have been released yet. None of that shit.
I like teraflops.
Get that out of here.
Who named teraflops, man? It's the silliest name of all time. Teraflops.
But first, we are going to talk about a game that just came out today, Brian,
Yes.
called Throw Anything. And I think we've all had a chance to play it. And we just want to talk about it real quick and let you guys know there is a review on Without Parole that you can go watch. I myself am waiting for an update, which I will explain why. Take it away, somebody.
Dave, do you want to take it away?
Yeah, sure. I played it a little bit last night. I think I've only gotten through the second stage. I haven't gotten any further than that. I think there's like 6.
Right. And tell us what the game is about and what you do. And also,
So-
what did you lose internet or something? I was watching your
Something
stream.
bad happened with my stream. It got all messed up. My internet upload speed has been all over the place. So it was giving me like 1 megabit or less earlier in the day because I was going to stream at like 7 p.m. and it was all fucked up. So I waited till later and it said I had 3 or 4, but it apparently was bad. Anyways, that's not important. Let's talk about Throw Anything. This is a game where you got zombies climbing up the side of a high rise, and it's your job to kind of drop stuff. I don't feel like I'm throwing a whole lot.
Yeah.
There's stuff all in the room around you, various items like chairs and fax machines and phones and gold coins and pretty much anything. There's like spiked bats and guns you can get to. And you pretty much just have these guys crawling up. You throw shit at them. And that's the gist of it. It's $18.99, which is a little steep, I think. But
Yes, but did you hear that it's actually $43 in Australia?
Are you kidding?
And it's also, hold on, it gets even better.
Like, I know
It's
everything's more
also-
expensive in Australia, but it's not twice as expensive.
That's
like,
bonkers.
It sounds like
It's
a pricing
also
error.
€28.99, and so I don't know
That
what
is
happened. It seems like the U.S. got the
inexcusable.
only normal price.
That's
Still
even
too
that.
high. It should be $8.99. It should be $8.99.
Yep.
It should be. But I actually, overall, first of all, Brian, I really liked your review, and I agree with pretty much what you said. I think this game's really charming, and it actually has some fun to it. But my God, when you make a game that requires you to turn around and grab stuff every 2 seconds and be like as fast as you can, you need turn buttons, because if you can't turn around, then you lose tracking. I mean, that's the whole point. This isn't inside out tracking where you can do that. The cameras aren't in the controllers. The cameras have to be able, the camera on your TV or wherever it is has to be able to see the lights on that you're holding, your headset. And when you turn around, it loses that, and then your hands float off. So it's sad, man, because this one actually came pretty close. My biggest gripes with it are definitely the no turn buttons, which we have reached out to them. He said he's considering it.
Wait, really? Because they told me they were not interested. That's how they designed it. They said they tested it at a bunch of conferences and conventions, and that's what they decided on.
On what?
So-
Like on PSVR?
I guess. I don't know, man. And of course, the timeless developer thing where it's about motion sickness, which in a stationary game like this, I cannot imagine anyone getting motion sickness from having a click turn button.
Right,
Like,
and
even
click turning,
it doesn't have to be smooth turn. Click turn would
Such
work
a
better
myth.
in this game, I think.
it seems like a click turning kind of game. It does not seem like a smooth turning kind of game. You want that
Yeah.
fast kind of boom, 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 boom movement.
And
Yeah.
so when you have to look directly behind you to grab stuff sometimes, and there's guys climbing up the wall, it's a real pain in the ass. And I tend to just hold the triggers down and hope it passes over something that I can grab
Yeah.
instead of like pointing at something and getting it, because it's just sort of wonky all over the place. So I don't know if they're going to add that or not, the turning button. If they did, it would be significantly more fun to play, I think.
Yep.
Although I was kind of like not super sold. There is some charm to the game, but there's a lot of stuff that turned me off about it and seemed like tedious. It's really samey. I mean, it's just you're looking down, the guys come slowly, and they have some variations on the enemy types, but I never felt like really excited to be playing it. And the other thing is those NPCs drive me up the fucking wall.
Yeah.
Anytime you grab anytime you grab
stop
any
it.
item in the room, they say no, and you have to grab stuff every half a second to throw it out the window, so it's just like incessant.
Yeah.
Although I did hear you can turn that off, which is a good feature.
There's a in the sound levels you can put the NPC slider all the way down so you don't hear them. But my biggest complaint about the NPCs isn't them yelling constantly, telling you to stop saving them from the zombie apocalypse. My biggest problem with the NPCs is actually that you accidentally grab them too often because what you were saying, Dave. When you lose tracking, you're just pushing the trigger trying to grab something. You end up grabbing them, or if you're trying to grab something near them, you accidentally grab them all the time. Then you put them back, and they don't just stay where you put them back. They blink out of existence and blink basically right back in front of you where you don't want them to be. I think they're supposed to intentionally be an obstacle because you get points for not. Well, you get points for them surviving, and so when they don't get thrown out the window.
But if you throw them out the window, they still survive. They just reappear in the room.
No, actually, eventually they turn into a zombie and start crawling up at you.
Oh, so after you just
get more bonus points. You get more. You don't lose, but you get more bonus currency or whatever if you protect them and don't let them get injured. If you throw them even in the room at the wall, which I tried, it hurts. It hurts them, and then you get points deducted.
The other thing I got to say is I know this isn't supposed to happen if you're playing well, but once the zombies come over the wall and they're inside the room, if you're failing, if you can't get it done in time, it's just impossible to tell what the hell's going on because you're inside the zombie's character model.
Yeah.
And so you're looking at the inside of his head and you can try and grab stuff in the room to hit him and you can sort of, but once you get one or two of them in there, it's game over and it's just awkward because you're wait a second, I have nothing that I can do, and I guess I'm just going to fumble until I lose. And that's what happens.
This game just is it's unfortunate. It stumbles over itself. I love the level variety. There's a Chinese kitchen and the prison cell and stuff, and then you've got the museum, which is really cool. Yeah. And then there's always the boss fight at the end, and then it plays the metal music, of course, which I love. Lots of weapon variety to choose from. But yeah, just it's also really difficult, and I think just the way that it's designed, I think they have a great vision for a game. I think they just kind of failed to execute it properly. And like Bryan from the VR Grid says, a 180 button would be nice. I'd be fine with the 180 button. Anything, any sort of way that I don't have to turn around. Also, I got to tell anybody that's interested in this game. You need lots of space for this game. This is the only game where I have to stand closer to the middle of my room instead of towards the back because of this. Because I punched the shit out of my wall 8 times and just kept smacking stuff. The moves would go flying and I'd lose, and it's frustrating. It's a good game that has these really big flaws that cause a lot of frustration. And to top it all off, I get to the very end. And then my game starts crashing a whole bunch. So I don't even know if that's something everyone's going to experience. Bryan, I know you said that you experienced a crash right at the end of a level.
I did experience one crash. There was one very intense moment where there was more zombies on the screen than I'd ever seen. I was using powers that I'd never used before. There are these gloves that allow you to actually grab the zombies and throw them down off the wall. And so there was just so much going on. I would mention it in my review, but it only happened to me once. So I was okay, if a game crashes once during the entire time I play it for review, I don't even mention it. But if it's one of those things that starts happening all the time, then it's a big ding for sure.
Yeah.
Hey Dave, can you give us a little hit there? A little smackaroo?
Yeah. Ooh, I'm going to give you 2 actually. Hold on, let's go.
Fuck you! This is my tree world!
That's for Sci-Fi Game Cat Henry, my new friend on PlayStation Network. He said, "Have a bag of Munchos on me." I love Munchos. I don't know if
is that for you or is that for me? Is that birthday Munchos or regular Munchos? You got to specify, Henry.
He's going to support you somewhere else, man. But Nihilist Ryan, the game feline, with a $5 donation, says, "Happy birthday, Dave." And for Dave's birthday, I get $5. This is wonderful.
Yeah, I don't think that's how it's supposed to work, but we'll talk about it after.
More birthday wishes. But yeah, I think you nailed it in your review. This game needs a sale, a price cut, something like that.
Price cut, yeah. Sale's not going to cut it.
It needs to be $10 and under. But before you pick it up at that, it also needs a patch. It needs a patch to fix the crashing, to add some turning, some sort of turning, and then it needs a lower price point. And then I think it'd be a good game. It'd be easy to recommend at that.
Yeah, if it just had all those major changes, then it would be decent. Yeah.
Yeah. Seriously,
we'll see.
Dave, I think you said $7.99. Did you say that? Or $8.99?
I said $8.99. I think chop 10 off it. But I mean, even for $9.99, it's $1 isn't a huge difference. I think it'd be okay.
Right.
I mean, anything under $10 with all the patches that we talked about. And it's not. I really don't think the patches like have to be significant. If we get the 180 flip button, and it goes down in price, like I had fun with this. I really did, and that's the saddest part about all this is that there's something,
Right.
I don't know, like charming. There's something fun here, and
Yeah.
and I mean when I would lose a level, it wasn't like I was like, screw this, I'm done, whatever, I'm out of here.
I got pretty pissed.
Yeah, I mean, like I was doing that on the last labyrinth. I'm reviewing
then I
that
would
to
wanna go back.
Last labyrinth. But yeah, no, I mean, like there were a few moments where I was like, this is really frustrating. But there are very cool mechanics mixed in, man. It's like we didn't even talk about like some of the destructible things in the.
Everything is destructible.
Yep.
That was one thing Dave missed while I was watching him stream is he was running out of stuff and he thought it was more like inventory management.
No, I know I didn't break the other stuff that I was supposed to.
Right.
And I realized
that can be hard too.
When the stream cut off, I was still playing for a while, and the next run through of that, I got it right because
Gotcha.
I did that. Sometimes I did run into an issue where like I would take a chair and I'd throw it at a desk and it wouldn't break, and I have to pick it up, throw it again, pick it up, throw it again. So it wasn't getting the momentum or the angle or something.
Yeah, it's a little hard to break some of that stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
Dave, hit that for me again, man.
Oh, I got it.
I got this one.
Fuck you.
And this is from Techno Gatsby, the Game Cat, meow, with a $5 donation. Says, happy B-Day, Dave Son.
Dave's son.
Says, curious if you guys have any comfort food VR gaming titles. Something that isn't Astrobot, but really just soothes the VR soul. Like the chicken soup of VR games.
Wow.
I got a couple of those. I would say probably like Doom VFR and Tetris Effect are really just kind of like, I don't play them that much, but when I do, it's because I'm in the mood to just like get in that comfort food zone. I don't know. There's something really just satisfying about both of those.
Brian?
I
Do you
mean,
have a
it's
relaxing game?
It's not relaxing, but my comfort food is Resident Evil, man. I just go back to it over and over for everything.
Every
everything
answer you're ever going to give is...
Like there's no other game. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I will, I do go back and play Beat Saber. I do go back and play Firewall. But when I'm just like, man, I just want to play something that I love from top to bottom and don't care that I've seen everything it has to offer, I'll play Resident Evil again, man. And I will sit there now that I'm like really familiar with the ins and outs. I'll just sit there from start to finish, play an entire run of Resident Evil because I just love it that much. It's a generic answer for me, but I'm going to keep saying it till we get Resident Evil 8.
There are quite a lot of games I could choose from. I mean, there's so many games that are really great experiences, like better than games themselves. And I mean, even something like, it's not something maybe I go back to often, but like Vertigo Home or Polybius, they're just, or even Pinball FX VR2.
Oh yeah,
I hear that's really good.
Yes, it is really good, and
Brian,
it's really relaxing
you son of a
and
bitch.
fun to play. And yeah, there's that's just to name a few. I've been playing a lot of Beat Saber and Skyrim lately. And Beat Saber I think is a great recommendation that you said.
Bam.
Fuck you. Fuck
Okay.
you. Get out of here.
So we got one from Robbie B, the English Game Cat, very posh. He says, payment for the dev to hire new voiceovers. Yeah, that's one thing we didn't mention. And Throw Anything, all the text is spoken by like this voice-to-speech, text-to-speech thing, like a computer voice. And it's really cheap, and I've never seen anybody spend that low of a budget on voice acting. I mean, they just put it in a computer and a talk.
Yeah, in all the story, it's just on these 2D flat panels, static.
Yeah.
They don't animate nothing. One of the triggers says skip, and the other one says next page. And I think next page is mapped to your right trigger. And so, like, I don't think I even saw all the story because I'd constantly be clicking the right one, being like, okay, next page. It's the wrong one. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The story in Throw Anything is totally irrelevant. You're looking for these five cubes,
Relics
like
or
Tetris pieces.
Yeah.
And then once you get all 5 of those, then it unlocks the 6th stage. And there is a story behind all that, but it's totally irrelevant. Like, don't even worry about it.
All right.
One thing I want to say
yeah.
before we move on is I checked the Reddit feedback on Throw Anything.
Yep.
And Duran fan, who we've seen around before. I don't know if Duran
Hey,
fan,
what's up, Duran?
he's got a pretty good point here. He says for $18.99, it might as well be retitled "Throw Money at Anything," which is pretty fucking solid. I think that's a good burn.
I think
So
I think the downside of Throw Anything is that, and we've already seen a comment here in the live chat. We've already seen a comment on my review. Is that it gives it's more fodder for people to say, these are the games that make VR look bad. These are the games that make VR look like a gimmick, right? And so, but I think the problem with that is even if this game had the turn buttons and didn't have any of the issues and was priced appropriately, people would still say that. They would still say, because anything with this look to it, people automatically dismiss. They automatically dismiss and say, oh, this is a crappy cel shaded flat polygon game, looks like a kid's game, that kind of thing. And it makes me sad, man. I'm like, I really want people to like understand that there are fun games that aren't big budget. This one has too many issues to recommend, but there are really good ones out there, and maybe this one will get better. Dave, hit me one more time.
All right. Gotcha.
This one's from Joe Grover with the $20 donation. This guy is
very good.
This guy's keeping me in. This guy's keeping my
Grover.
mortgage paid. He's keeping the lights
pizza
on.
bills.
Joe Grover saves the universe. When are
Right.
we going to get that?
He says that Skyrim AJ streaming massive dragon fight last weekend was nuts.
Dude, that was so fun, man. I had a really fun time streaming Skyrim. That's going to be kind of a game that I'm streaming a lot lately.
That's a good comfort food game.
That is a great
dive
one.
back in
I mean,
and like comforting.
It's so good, man. I mean, it's so much fun. And I had mentioned before that game is very old and aged and there was like with all the DLC, with all the updates they did to the game, they've added more enemies, more weapons and stuff to discover. When I first played this game, it was on PS3 and it was like there was like 5 enemies in the entire game and it was just one big snowy area. There's so much more now and it's absolutely fantastic, man. I cannot recommend Skyrim enough. And yeah, I fought like dragon after dragon after dragon. I even got to ride a dragon briefly in the game in VR, and it was awesome. But yeah, everyone was there. Big shout out to everybody who was there hanging out. Man, it was so fun. That stream currently has 666 views.
Real quick, LOB Seahawks says, so which low-budget cel-shaded game can you recommend? I think Just in Time Incorporated is fantastic.
Yeah, that's what I just said in the chat. That was the first one that popped in my head.
Sorry, I totally missed that.
Oh, well, yeah, we're thinking on the same page.
Yep.
You could say maybe Honor Duty as well.
Oh,
Nihilus Bryan says Crisis Brigade.
Nailed
Crisis
it.
Brigade.
Nailed it. All right, let's move on, guys. Moving them on.
All right.
Moving them on.
So we've got some PS5 talk and some PlayStation management shifting going around. Some great news, some okay news, some other stuff to talk about. And one of them is the PS5 website is officially up and running. If you go to it, it tells you basically that, we're extremely excited to announce, PS5. We've already mentioned some features, but we're not fully ready to announce the full console just yet. And what this says to me, it does have a sign up as well for the newsletter. You're not going to get anything in the newsletter before it's probably like announced everywhere. They're not going to like give you the secret sauce before they announce it officially. However, it will be a cool thing to sign up and just have updates on for it. But what this tells me, man, is we're probably there's a chance we won't see the PS5 announced this month, at the end of this month. I was actually thinking at the end of this month. So we might have to wait a little bit longer. I know people are getting antsy and they're pantsy. But look, I mean, they can do what they want right now. The ball is in their court, is in Sony's court right now. And they're going to do it the way they want to do it. And everybody just needs to calm down and quit spreading false rumors and just be patient.
But false rumors are awesome.
Ugh. So sick of those.
I mean, I think everyone thinks, Xbox One Series X has been announced, and now PlayStation needs to announce theirs because Xbox One Series X has all the mind share.
They're winning.
They don't have. They have zero mind share. Like, we don't know anything about the Xbox One Series X except that A, that it has a terrible name, and B, that it exists. So those are the two things we know about PlayStation 5 as well: the name and that it exists, and generally when it's coming, the holiday season. If Xbox had come out and said, "Hey, here's how much Xbox costs. Here's all the specs. Here's everything you need to know," we'd be like, "Okay, Sony, time to step it up."
Yeah.
But why would so there was an article recently talking about how Sony might not even know how much the PlayStation 5 is going to cost yet, how much they're going to charge for it, because because
they're waiting on Xbox to reveal the price. Like, what the? Come
because
on,
competition
man.
is super important, man, and it's like you can't come out of the gate and be the first one to say, "Hey, it's $500," and then have your competition say immediately after in the very same E3, "Hey, it's $400." Like just like what happened the last generation. Like, I mean, that what a horrible way to start your generation, Xbox, by announcing a console that's $100 more, and Sony underbid you by $100 moments later. I mean, they don't want to be on the bad end of that, as Xbox was last gen.
Yeah. But anyways, that website is up. So we do what we do know is that we can expect it pretty soon. I'd imagine within the next 2-3 months, we will at least get the official announcement. And that is safe to say. I even gave myself a little padding there to predict these things. But anyways, so also in other news, Nicholas Doucette.
You know that guy.
Yes. He has been promoted to the Sony PlayStation Japan studio head. He was the director of Astrobot Rescue Mission, and now he will oversee the studio behind the game and the Knack series. Why would they put that in here? This comes via gamesindustry.biz. But no, Sony Japan Studio has worked on Shadow of the Colossus remake, Gravity Rush 2, Last Guardian. But now this guy who it says he's been with Sony for 16 years. He accept the award on the 2018 PSVR award show that is on PSVR Without Parole. Astrobot Rescue Mission won Game of the Year from us, and it was voted by a bunch of YouTubers, a bunch of people, and so congratulations, Mr. Doucette. And this makes me really excited. And with all this talk of them teasing a kind of tinkering with a game, a new platformer that has these new features of running through sand and water and stuff, and feeling resistance in the controllers, gives me a lot of hope for an Astrobot 2. How about you guys?
I would be surprised if we never saw something like a follow-up to Astrobot from them, because it was so successful, and it's one of the most well-respected VR games that's ever been made, so it'd be kind of silly for them to just leave it at that. But I have big hopes for them. I mean, with him in charge, obviously he's got a pretty good track record, we can see from Astrobot.
Yes. And Last Guardian. That Last Guardian demo was really cool.
Yeah, and I hope they're going to pivot to something more along the lines of, being a mainly VR-focused studio, which I guess they have been lately, but, historically they haven't been. And the fact that Kojima was hanging out at their studio and posting Astrobot pictures, I know this isn't anything concrete, but if they worked with Kojima on something in VR, that would be fucking bonkers. I would love that.
Really cool.
Japan Studio's an interesting studio. If you look at what they've had their hands in, It
is like this. It is a resume that is like 8 pages long.
Like everything since every major game you've ever heard of since PS1. They are obviously a team that jumps around and helps out teams left and right. And so every time you see the Japan Studio logo, it doesn't mean this was solely developed by Japan Studio. But to have Japan Studio be led by the guy from Asobi team who made Astrobot is really reassuring to know that there's a head somewhere who has his hands in a lot of things. His last game was solely focused on VR. I mean, it's all pointing to the best possible future for Sony and VR. But I think we're gonna have a bigger conversation about that later in the show, so I won't go on too much about that.
All right.
Yeah. Really, really just want to say congratulations to him, and really excited for him. And I think I remember hearing London Studio, people from London Studio kind of getting their hands and getting maybe not promoted officially, but it did seem like they were starting to swap around, do some things. We're in kind of a transitional period, so there's a lot of stuff going on, which we will talk about very soon as well. But first, I gotta address this, man. I gotta address this. I know it's not PSVR specific related, but Phil Spencer, man, this dude, I love this dude. He makes me laugh, man. And before he had said things such as people weren't asking for VR on Xbox, and then much to his surprise, there was a bunch of backlash for that. And, a bunch of Sony fans, some Xbox fans were kind of making fun of him. No, it was actually Shuhei himself, which, by the way, dude, Shuhei is the best troll I've ever seen in my life. Did you guys see? Did you see the post earlier that Shuhei did when somebody on Twitter asked about the PS5?
I must have missed it now.
Well, it's gonna be better just to see it yourself. However, he posted something, and then somebody was like, "Shu, please, where is the PS5 or where's PS5?" And he responded and posted like a Persona 5 banner, and I was just like, "Oh man, that was so good." But just Shu, he got me once too. He got me once because he was eating some chicken place because he's always posting food, and I really want to go like eat with Shuhei one day. Like I want him to. I just want to go meet Shuhei and just go eat with him because everything he posts, I'm just like, God damn, that looks good.
I have pictures with Shuhei Yoshida from when I went to Podcast Beyond 300, and I should probably get those out so we can display them on one of the Gamescasts.
But yeah, so he like I said, Shuhei had also said once Phil had said that about VR that he had said Shu was like we're always constantly trying to do things that people aren't asking for and trying to push gaming forward. So Phil Spencer's latest thing that he said was that he basically pointed out, and this comes via The Verge, and said, when you talk about Nintendo and Sony, we have a ton of respect for them, but we see Amazon and Google as the main competitors going forward.
This is so stupid.
Says
this
Spencer.
is so fucking stupid to me.
That's not to disrespect Nintendo and Sony. Yes, it is. But the traditional gaming companies are somewhat out of position.
I think you're out of position, motherfucker.
He says, I guess they could try to recreate. But we've invested tens of billions of dollars in cloud over the years. So what he's basically saying is that Sony and Nintendo are not competition. And I think this is freaking hilarious because essentially everybody knows that Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo have been competing forever. They've been competing for almost, 20 years? Something like that? 15, 20 years between that. And what bothers me about this, though, is that I've always felt that, and I have nothing against Xbox, really. I don't, but there are some things that they do that bother me. And stuff like this is one of them, where the focus should be about games. You look at PlayStation, they're doing VR, they're doing physical releases, they're doing cloud-based gaming and services, and they're like mixing it all together. But at the end of the day, it's all about exclusives and games and experiences. And now, what is before with the PS4 launch, Xbox's whole focus was sports. And everyone was like, dude, like nobody cares. Nobody's buying a PlayStation or an Xbox for sports. Yes, it's cool
that's
that
not
you
100%
have these.
true. There are people who just play like FIFA or just play Madden or NBA 2K.
No, but this was like sports streaming services, like hooking it up through your TV. Yes, no, those games make a killing. But yeah, I mean, he was talking about like services. So I just really don't like this mentality of instead of focusing on bringing bigger and better games, let's change the narrative this time to now everything's about cloud-based services and stuff. Not everybody has internet that can handle this stuff. And,
so far it hasn't proven itself to be a reliable way to play
Stadia
games.
is a huge flop.
Yeah,
Stadia fucking
Stadia.
crashed and burned. If that's their competition, maybe they'll get one up on Stadia. Like that wouldn't be hard. It would be pretty goddamn easy, to be honest.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah.
But I think the one thing Xbox has going for them that I wish we could see other places like on Sony, stuff is the Game Pass, because the Game Pass is huge. For like $10 a month, you get to play the newest fucking games, a lot of which are pretty. I mean, they're $60 games, and they have a huge back catalog of stuff. And I don't think it's streaming; you just get the access to download it and you play it, which is, I mean, people talk about the Netflix of gaming. They're the closest ones there at the moment, but if you don't have exclusives that people want and your hardware itself isn't as good, then, I mean, you kind of lose the console war. But
it's just, you don't want to focus on the service. And this is going to change gaming into more of this gaming as a service model, which I hate. Like I don't mind it as an option, but to try and he wants to reach out to, he says like 7 billion people is how he wants to be able to play, and wants them to be able to play on their phone and play without a console and stuff like that. And it's like, dude, like people just bought 109 million PS4s, and you wanted to sell 200 million Xboxes, didn't even get close. And I just don't want to see gaming as a whole turn into more of this microtransaction ad based. I don't want a loading screen and have an ad going on my game and stuff. Like, I just want to play the games, and that's all I care about. Games. So I don't know. You guys have anything else to share on this? Because I've pretty much said my piece.
I mean, I know Sony has been buying up studios, but so has Microsoft over the past few years, and they've definitely purchased some decent studios that I think we could actually see strong exclusives next generation.
Yes.
But if they're saying that they don't want to, compete with Sony and Nintendo Nintendo's entire strength is exclusives. That's why people like them so much. Like, I don't know, you're not going to get Mario on an Xbox. You're not going to get Resident Evil 7 in VR on your computer. Like, those kinds of things are what keeps them in the lead, I think. And so if Microsoft isn't trying to compete with them, I feel like they're probably not going to put that much focus on exclusives, because why? If you're trying to build a streaming cloud service that doesn't care about what console you have, like, I don't know.
Right. They did buy, I mean, they bought up a bunch of studios, right? So we know that the next Hellblade game is going to be exclusive. We know that they now own Double Fine. So, I mean, like, I think Xbox has always been poor about messaging. They always have never gotten their point across ever. Even when Xbox One was announced, they
since last gen,
the messaging was
360. They had a great start.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's just I don't know what they're thinking. I feel like they always feel like they know what's right, and then they decide to tell us that they know what's right.
What we want,
right,
and what we want. Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people have kind of rescinded their original complaints about Xbox One and said, their original vision was actually really cool. Like, it does sound really good, but you just can't come across that way and say, we know what you want. You have to kind of like ease people into these things. I think Sony's messaging is just so much better. But man, it's like, I don't know what Phil Spencer's thinking. He's like, we can't compete with Sony or Nintendo, so we're going to compete with these other huge guys that like right. have the whole world on their wraps. I'm like, It's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be fun to watch.
Spun it. I'm just like, yeah.
We got one.
Yeah, hit it up.
We
Don't
got
tweet
one.
me! Who are you? Fuck you!
I'm
What
sorry.
Are you tweeting me for?
Okay, it's done. I'm sorry, Brett out of hell, because as I'm reading this, I know that your 10-month-old daughter just heard this guy shouting expletives. But Brett out of hell sends us $5 from Australia? Who knows?
Australia.
Some hate country. And he says, my daughter is 10 months old and smiles every time Dave speaks. His voice is clearly enchanted. Great work, lads.
Aww.
Thank you, Brett out of hell.
That's so
adorable.
Very
sweet.
nice. It's my birthday present for today.
Oh, squeeze your cheekies.
All right, let's get off the Xbox topic. We don't talk about the competition very often. Phil Spencer.
Oh, but it's not a competition though.
Oh, no, he's competing with other companies now.
Yes.
But yeah, like we don't want to harp on this too long. But every so often we do have a lot to say about something, and this is a great platform to do it on.
Just please say something else, Phil. That's all I ask.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear what he says next. All right, so we had, guys, exciting times. A new VR game has been announced. It's in the thumbnail, and it's called Ven VR Adventure. Why am I excited? Because I love my platformers. And this is a new one, and it looks kind of like a mix between, to me, looks like some inspiration between Crash Bandicoot and maybe some Ratchet and Clank in there. I see you like collecting some items. What are you guys thinking about this one?
It looks good. I mean, do we have any confirmation that it is coming to PlayStation?
Yes.
Did they say
it's in the trailer, and it's coming.
I'm very excited.
It seems to have a release window for all three platforms. All VR headsets that it's coming to for summer of this year. So whether that be day and date for all of them, but that's right around the corner, man. That's only a few months away.
Sign me up.
I mean, the environments and the animation in this trailer look pretty fantastic.
Looks very polished.
Yeah. My big question, obviously, is, what is it going to do to like make itself a worthwhile VR platformer, right? Because currently what it's showing here for the most part is like, oh, okay, this is a 3D platformer that looks like it could totally be played on a flat screen. Anyone who's played Astrobot and has found the chameleons and looking around for all the hidden bots knows that you can't really play that in non-VR. But this so far looks like it could be done on anything. Keep in mind, this is a 27-second trailer with only 12 seconds of gameplay shown. So we're not seeing a whole lot quite yet.
The thing that I'm curious about is that from watching this, there's a scene where you have a motion-controlled hand and you're rubbing the little protagonist on the head.
Dave, I'm so happy you brought that up because I have an answer for you.
Okay, tell me.
Because the question is how do you play a platformer without analog sticks, and how do you have two hands without two move controllers?
You don't.
You don't. So I talked to the devs, and they said the PlayStation VR version will be DualShock 4 only. And so they said, don't worry, you're not missing out on anything. So it doesn't seem like that's an integral part of the game.
So it is a little, when it comes to VR, you do want them to do something unique for VR, like a unique VR experience, something interactive. We've been harping about how great Shadow Legend is with its interactivity, everything that you can mess with and stuff. It just makes for more of an immersive experience. That being said, I love platformers because you get to, or third-person games in general, when the environments look as good as they do in this, I love looking around. I was a big fan of Carly Superman, and I love, even though it's not like a first-person game or whatever, yeah, sure, that's fine by me because you get to look around these environments. It's like being from inside the TV screen and looking at a Crash Bandicoot game or something. And I find that really awesome. I think that's one thing that, people were excited about, like Star Child or, Moss and Astrobot have proven that they can be plenty immersive. They can be this awesome. And you get this connection with this little character. And yeah, I love the look of the environments. It looks like there's like some empty spaces and stuff, but I really don't care, man. If you were to tell me I have the option to play a game like this flat or VR, I'm going to choose it in VR every day because it's just something about the depth of the levels that you get to be closer to them and you get to really see them pop out at you versus just, kind of like a side scroller back in the day. It's just the new thing.
Yeah. I just looked up their website, and I can't find out anything about how many people work there. I have no idea what their background is. This is obviously...
what's their name again?
They said somewhere on here, it's Monologic.
Monologic.
They said on here somewhere that they're a small studio in Poland.
Yeah.
Right.
In the About Us. I'm looking at their press kit right now.
Yeah.
Small independent studio. They don't say how many of them are there, obviously, but... they also mentioned that you are an intergalactic police officer, which is kind of an interesting twist. I didn't know that.
I didn't know
I couldn't
that
get
either.
that from the trailer, but
Not at all.
No, it looked more like some Zen creature, and it does look like you're collecting kind of, in Crash Bandicoot you collect Wampa fruit.
Yeah.
It looks like there's some like glowy orb stuff. I saw like some cube. So it does
there's
look
a
like
lot of
there'll
collectibles. It says.
I figured there would be like some collectibles and stuff, which I love doing too.
The only thing is that scene at the end where he's rubbing the guy on the head. If that is a intergalactic police officer, I feel like that's a little patronizing. Like, would you rub Star Fox on the head? I don't think so.
No.
Star Fox is a badass.
I mean, if I had the ability, yeah.
Well,
I think he wouldn't appreciate
I'd-
that very much.
I'd
He might
poke
get a
Frog.
laser in the face.
but if you, the player, are the
Flippy.
intergalactic police officer, and Ben is just like some dude that's doing your bidding.
I mean, I guess that could be the case. Yeah.
Just
I
saying.
suppose. Actually, yeah, that's probably it. You're
I'll-
probably right.
Also, I gotta say, man, like if they get time before this releases, the character model, when you look at it up close, a little too much like Ratchet.
It looks like Ratchet and Crash,
Yeah.
like together for sure. But I love characters like these. I really do. I do think
Yeah.
it's best to be. but I've always loved characters like this, and I always get attached to characters like this.
Yeah. No,
So
love
I am
3D
the target
platformers.
audience.
I love mascot platformers, man. Like I am. Yeah, I am also the target audience. This was my favorite genre in the PS1, PS2 era. Like Jack and Daxter, still the precursor
Right.
legacy, still one of my favorites.
If I had any concern over this game, which I don't really have any concern, is that it doesn't show.
You're just
a
setting
lot.
yourself up for failure, aren't you? Like, I don't have any concerns. This is gonna
No,
be great.
I just want to temper my expectations. But the levels that they show, they don't really show like a lot of diversity in the levels and stuff. Like they show what looks like some jungle or something, and like that's pretty much it. Some tribally looking jungle.
It's
place.
12 seconds of gameplay, so either they don't have a lot to share, or they're not ready to share a lot yet.
Right. So I do hope that there's like some meat on this. That is one thing that Astrobot is that it was 10 hours long and not an hour and a half. Or Moss was like ended up being like 4 or 5 hours for me, but that was like really taking my time. But yeah, I hope it has like some either like decent length to it or
Yeah, it's like Marvels.
smaller price point.
Love Marvels.
Weird.
It's $6. Go buy
Bryan.
Marvels.
Stop telling
$6
people to buy Marvels.
Just
Just be ready to take a shower after playing it. I love you, Vitruvius. I really do.
$6. Yep.
So, really, really excited to more on this game, and yeah. In other news, we've got some more exciting stuff to talk
I
about.
love exciting news, AJ.
I do too, man. I love the shit out of exciting news.
Sweet.
And so basically, you actually broke this news to me, which I had no idea. Everybody should always watch PSVR this week, and on there, you had brought up a game that I have been following for so long, and I think I forgot that it was canceled at one point. But now they have reached out to you, or you reached out to them and stated that it is back in production. And the reason I'm excited about it is because this is a Road Rash inspired game
Can I start the trailer
for
yet?
VR. You can't. You should have started the trailer like when I started
waiting,
the build up.
waiting for you to say the fucking name of the game.
Monowheel
There it is.
VR.
Road Rash.
And man,
Road
this
Rash.
game, the old footage
That I'm showing
looked
here.
okay.
I'm showing the old footage first, and then we'll switch over to the new footage. I want
From
people to see.
2016.
Yeah, I want
Okay,
people
right.
to see
so
the difference.
get a good look.
Yeah.
Get a good look at this footage here, and
a
it
good
looks
look.
pretty decent. It looks okay, but the new footage, Brian,
They're also saying Twisted Metal and Road Rash in the same sentence.
more Road Rash, but it's it's
I'm just saying,
vehicular combat.
I know how much you like.
Twisted Metal was my childhood.
I'll
and
switch
same
over.
with,
Here's
like,
the new
a
footage.
lot of game cats like Ripe Hop and stuff. But the new footage, man, it looks a lot more polished. It looks like futuristic. It's got this post-apocalyptic, almost like Mad Max / some cyberpunk look to it, but melee combat and motorcycles and shit. Oh, I need this game in my veins, Brian.
Yeah, and don't worry about these comfort settings. I'm sure I'm in
Yeah.
constant contact with these guys, so
Yes.
we'll make sure that these comfort settings are optional. But man, yeah, this looks good, man. This looks. Oh yeah, go ahead, do it, Dave. And
Who gave you the right to squeeze me?
that's from Hugh Guyver with the
Oh,
$5 donation. Says pizza money for me and my famous cousin. Thank you,
Yes.
Hugh and
Thank you,
Mac.
Hugh.
Appreciate it.
They really need to bring Mac Guyver back.
Do they
We want to
do?
see him on TV again.
Do they? There's gonna
Did I
be.
tell you the time? Did I tell you the time my brother wrote USA and was like, "Please don't cancel MacGyver."
What?
Yeah, he watched it like every Saturday morning.
Wow.
Thank you so much, you Guyver.
It's,
Love your
it's,
cousin
it,
too,
it
man.
sounds like it was already canceled at that point and it was in syndication for a while. I don't think MacGyver was a Saturday morning show. I could be wrong. I don't remember.
Can you imagine writing to ask them to keep making a show that stopped being made like 20 years ago?
Oh no, he did it like right as it was. But anyway,
Okay, yeah.
dude, guys, Monowheel VR. I want this game. How many? Road Rash. They want Twisted Metal. This is like a type of genre that is just meant for VR.
No, this is good, man. Like having, like,
Robert Abounator says they spelt grenade wrong.
yeah, no, they
It's
did.
funny.
What are you gonna do, man? It's like
I don't
It's hard to
care.
do, man.
It's all
That's
pre-production
difficult.
stuff.
It
Yeah.
still looks great.
No, I mean we know this already from touring karts. You know how good it feels to have one hand on the wheel and
Yeah.
and one hand with the move controller. Hitting dudes with weapons or shooting people with chickens or whatever, man. You know, it's all sorts of good stuff happening. And this looks like it could very well be 2 moves, because it does look like you're grabbing handlebars. And so if you're grabbing the handlebars, it's awesome to be able to take one hand off the handlebar, keep steering with the other, and then hit some guy with a hammer while you're driving past him. Yeah. I love looking at drivers when I'm driving past them in like Drive Club or like, you know, Wipeout, and like I look over and, you know, whatever, it's just part of the experience. But to be able to hit them as I'm driving by, I mean, amazing. I love it. The try to say my last name. I'm Abonator.
I know.
Abonator? Abonator. I don't know. I give up. If I was even close, let me know.
PSVR ground level. Dude, I love the new look of this game. It just remember you just showed it. Brown and just looked like all Apocalypse Rider looking. And this just looks so much more, it looks so much better. I don't care if it's a simplistic game. I just want to play it. Like I really, really need this game.
It's been in development for so long.
I know.
Right?
But it looks better though. I'm glad to see that is really encouraging to see.
Yeah.
Because if it had been in production, if it had been in production for so long and not changed the way it looked at all, it didn't. It looked a little janky in the past, but I expected it to come a long way, and it looks a lot better than it did.
Right.
And man, need this.
Abinator. We do.
Like Terminator. Yeah,
Abinator.
there you go.
Oh, okay, perfect. Nice. All right, Dave, hit me one more time, and then we can move on to the next news story.
Oh, I shall. Oh, that didn't work.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Don't squeeze me!
That one's for a $2 donation from Peyton. No message. Thank you very
Peyton
much.
Manning.
Thank you very much.
Peyton Manning himself.
It must be.
I'm sorry, Peyton. If that really bothers you, let me know. Because I've been saying every time you donate, I call you Peyton. And I hope that it's not a bad thing. Peyton Manning's a great cat.
Dave, real quick, man, before you leave, I want to make sure we give away 4 keys.
You want me to look this up? Shall I look this up?
Yes, please.
Can you guys still hear me?
We can.
We lost you for a sec, but yeah.
Yeah, you're cutting in and out.
Uh-oh. I'm good though, right?
You're
Okay,
good?
so this is PSVR this week.
And
And I'm going to go to Sandra.
Well, I wanted to get Dave in on the Manchester.
On the what?
The Manchester studio thing, but that's okay. We'll tackle it.
Yeah, it's fine. I only got 8 minutes, so
right.
Probably not enough time to really go into it anyways. And you can talk about it with the very special guest host who's about to be on.
That's right.
Who I'm actually excited to see. I'm going to try and
I'm
sneak
sure
in
he'll have extensive
while I'm
knowledge.
working. You know. Oh, don't spoil it. You're telling people who it's going to be already.
Oh, shit. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the meantime,
Here we go.
So, David, we need
for
2
4 keys for Shadow Legend.
Right. 2 North American,
Valid.
2 European.
Invalid video ID.
Uh-oh.
What?
PSVR this week is suddenly invalid. It's an invalid video.
I don't know. That's
Invalid
very
video.
strange.
Legit Lemon says, "Why is Dave leaving?" Every few weeks, Dave has to cut out early so that he can get back to work.
Yeah, so
Yes.
every 3 weeks I have this thing where at work I have to get on a 7 p.m. phone call that has a question mark as the ending time, and so sometimes it runs late, sometimes it's pretty quick, but there's no way to know for sure until I get there.
Right.
So
We
unfortunately, it's one of those days.
want to give a shout out to the small team, Colton and Blake over at Vitruvius, who supplied us with all 4 of these keys. Dave, make sure you're copying and pasting as you go.
Not
Not happening, huh?
It's not. It doesn't like this. I'm gonna try the shortened link.
Okay. Let me know.
It's Phil Spencer, the guest host. I wish.
Oh God.
I'd love to
Give him a piece of our mind.
Yeah.
So if you guys haven't gotten
You
Shadow
could borrow
Legends
some.
VR yet, I really hope that you get it right now as part of this giveaway, because I mean, man,
It's not working.
Okay, let me see if it works from my end.
I might have to use a different service. I might have to. Yeah, she doesn't like this one.
Copy link address, YouTube random.
I wanted to give an update while you guys are getting that sorted out. Shadow Legend did, in fact, have an update. Here we go. So Shadow Legend.
Okay, this one's working. I got this one working.
Good.
Okay. Wow, amount of unique commenters 678.
Yeah, this was a really
Wow.
popular giveaway. I think this was
That
more popular
is-
than the $50 gift card giveaway.
All right, let's start this. They're calling it a raffle. I guess it'll be a raffle here.
Raffle works.
Oh, but I don't think they tell you the comment. Oh, they do. They did. Okay.
Lots of
So
love
we
for
want.
Shadow Legend.
You said 2 from Europe, 2 from North America.
That's right.
Okay, so the first one is Dan Morgan, and he says PSN Beer Ladude 968, and he's in Europe. So I'm going to copy this over real quick
Thank you.
to the Discord. So you got
Congratulations,
that.
Dan
That's
Morgan, our
number
first
1.
winner of Shadow Legend VR.
Kev Gret says, "Wow, so many freeloaders."
All right, let's check who number 2 is. Number two.
And seriously, if you don't win right now, please go buy
Good
this
luck.
game. It is so
This game is
good.
totally worth $25.
Oh my god.
Absolutely.
Ooh, I've heard of this guy before. Edwin Mahoney's? Or maybe I'm just thinking of Patrick Mahomes.
You're
the
probably
guy
thinking
from
of
Super
Patrick
Bowl.
Mahomes. The Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay. Yeah. So this guy, his PSN is it's Me So Nasty, but with a bunch of letters and numbers and stuff.
Gotcha.
He's from North America, and he says, thanks. Congrats, Edwin.
Copying
You so
and
nasty.
pasting.
You fucking won. And I'm
Congratulations,
going to throw this in
Dan.
here.
Congratulations, Edwin. 2
All
of the
right,
4.
so that's 1 each. We got 1 North America, 1 Europe. Let's see what the next one is. Okay, this is another European one.
All
The
right.
winner is Sven Brandsma, and his PSN name is 799. Region Europe. It says, way to go, guys. Thumbs up. That's the first one with like a real comment on it.
Congratulations, Sven.
Decepticon says very doable platinum as well. I agree.
Absolutely. I platinumed it. I enjoyed it. It's a good time. In fact, I really, really enjoyed platinuming it because I needed an excuse to go back and play it more. So,
Ooh.
I haven't gotten the platinum yet because I want to go back and play it. I've already played through it twice. I'm gonna play through it again.
All right, we got our final winner.
all right.
It's time to go. This is drum roll. Okay, good. Redundant Lime, and his PSN is redundant_lime.
So we've got legit lemon and redundant lime.
Hell yeah!
He's the same person. You know this. Right. All right. You got all those copied and pasted for me, my friend?
They're all in there.
You are amazing.
Congrats
Thank you
to
very much
everybody.
for your help.
Hell yeah, Rhodey got his
problem.
first platinum with Shadow Legend. Hell yeah!
Oh hell
Rhodey.
yeah! Nice
right.
work.
Fist bump to you.
All right, that was the giveaway for Shadow Legend VR. Thank you again to everybody who entered. Thank you for everybody watching. I feel like we're ending the show. We're not ending the show, but thank you, Blake and Colton at Vitruvius for giving us those keys to give away. Really,
Yes.
guys, the game is so amazing. It's one of the best looking games on PSVR. So immersive. It's so much fun. $25.
It's also
You
the
can't go
best
wrong.
game of 2020.
I mean,
so
by far.
So far,
by far,
Yeah.
by really far.
Right. Not even close.
No.
All right. And this seems like a good ending point. Dave, do you have any final words to say before you depart to go back to
Yes.
work on your birthday?
Ow!
here is my final word. Wait,
Ow! Fuck you!
there we go. My final word is Chris with the $2 Canadian donation. He said, "If I don't care about collectibles, will I like Shadow Legend?" Yes, you'll still like it,
I
but
think so.
you better like collectibles.
But collectibles.
I don't know
will-
why you don't like collectibles, but it's got this kind of it naturally makes you
rewarded.
want to.
You will
Yeah.
be rewarded for finding collectibles in this. Like you'll be able to. You need to find runes and stuff to get better weapons, to purchase weapons. So it's important. You will have a better experience in this game finding the collectibles. If you skip those, you'll still enjoy it, but not as much.
Yeah, I think you'll have a good time either way, though. Anyways, I'm out. Thanks everybody.
Thank
All
you,
Catch
Dave.
y'all later. And I cannot wait to see a little bit of this guest host if I can sneak away from work for a minute. 'Cause I'm pumped, and you guys should be too.
All right,
Have a
Dave.
good night, guys.
Happy birthday, bud.
I
We'll
will
talk to you
see y'all
soon.
later.
Happy birthday,
Thanks, man.
Dave.
Yeah, meow.
Thanks everybody in the chat.
All right, I brought up the hold screen so they can hear us talking, but that's it. Oh, wow,
Okay.
you did this fast.
Yep, I was prepared this time.
All right, this is not going to take very long at all, as long as he's ready to go.
Gisela says, any news about the Alvo trade? Alvo's been giving us some
Hello.
modest updates. That would be our special guest that we can hear.
Indeed,
I can
indeed.
hear a special guest.
Now we just need to see him.
Yeah, hold on. I picked up my phone, so let me actually get on the computer and then answer that. I panicked. I was like running around doing shit. I saw it, and I grabbed the telly. So
The telly.
let me. Yes, the good old telly.
All right.
So discord.com. Calm.
It's like
This is behind the scenes stuff.
this is very behind the scenes. I want to bring it back so you can guys watch us laugh.
But yeah, Alvo will eventually have some updates. I think did they say they're still aiming for 2 release for Alvo?
They've been saying Q1. They've been saying Q1.
Q1?
They didn't give us an update past that. My guess would be that's probably going to be delayed into Q2. But because they were saying that they wanted to do a beta, an open beta.
Oh, a beta, right.
Right, they wanted to do an open beta in Q1 before the release in Q1, and so I have a feeling that both of those are going to be pushed into Q2 unless they have something to announce soon. Because,
And Gazelle, they did say once they have an update, this will be the first place that you get that update at.
that's right, with that Parole,
So make
man.
sure you.
All right.
I hate saying this, but have that notification bell on.
Not to interrupt, but I'm going to hang up the phone.
All right,
Sure.
I'll add you
Want to call
back.
me back on the Discord?
Yeah, I'll call you back.
Good luck.
All right. Thank you. I'll see you in a few.
Love you. Bye.
Jan the Game Wolf VR says that was Jeremy as hell. That was Jeremy as hell. It doesn't get more Jeremy than that.
Let's see.
All right, this should only take a few more seconds here, guys. I thought we had him with like no problem, and it was not the case. Hugh Guyver says Sofa King cool. Sofa King cool indeed. Berbercat says, hey Jeremy. Just Incredible says, okay guys, get your movie trivia ready. Jeremy's here. Stephen Cardwell says, hey Jeremy, always a treat. Haha. I like that he put the haha at the end, because we all know. Just kidding.
I hope he didn't unfriend me in that process.
Oh,
Username of a friend.
Christ.
He may have unfriended me. I don't know. I can't search for him again. Member list. He's already in the group. Let me maybe kick him out. Remove friend. Yes, remove. And then let me add him back. I think. Rabies. Nope, not
I'm
working.
gonna grab my guitar and just play a song for the
Can
cats
you?
while we do this.
Are you able to kick him out of the group?
I can't.
Remove him.
Let me see. Let's see what I can do here.
Add friend. Okay, hold on.
You want me
Sorry,
to kick
guys.
him out?
We'll get this fixed. Kick him out.
Kick him out? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So, what's everybody been playing? Been loving Skyrim. I still see him in here. Members.
Remove
Still
from
see him
group.
in
There we
members.
go.
There we go. Okay. Now let me see if I can add him back. Rabies. There he is.
So, what's going on? What's going on in the chat here? This is so much
go.
fun. People
All right. He should be back in a second.
just hanging out and playing some
a few hours later.
throw anything. This is good stuff, man.
Don't go anywhere yet, guys. We got some
Yeah.
crazy more stuff, good stuff to talk about still.
Monkey Man Games wanted to leave like a half an hour ago to play Firewall. He's sticking around for this bullshit.
Dude, yes.
Yep.
Firewall.
We're going to talk about some Firewall stuff. All right, let's see what's going on here. Jeremy says ready. He just sent me a text that said ready. I don't know what that...
I thought I added him.
He's not in the group.
Can you add him back?
I don't really know. I'm not really set up to do this while streaming.
Uh-oh.
Hold on a second.
Do.
Add.
There he
Okay.
is. There he is.
All
Still
right.
waiting for Golem still very patiently. Yeah, Kyle, somebody's Golem
You
GameStop
just...
for like $20.
All right, there we go.
I just what?
You cut out for a bit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Here we go.
It won't pop. It's not popping up on my computer, but I don't know. I think I'm still having that same issue I had like months ago. Hello, AJ. I meant to say love you too, but I was like already like beep with the button. I'll just deal with this. I'll put it right here.
Can you turn it
So I'm not-
sideways?
I can.
There we go.
There you go. It actually looks and sounds pretty decent.
It does.
Hold on. I'll put the phone down so it's not all wobbly. I'll aim it at my noggin.
Nice. What's going on, bud?
Not much. Busy day. Busy day. What's going on with you guys?
But just trying to do a GamesCast live.
Professional and shit.
Yeah, I mean, as professional as we get, right? Everything's duct
Right.
taped together with clothes hangers.
Yeah. I just jumped out of the shower. I'm lucky I have drawers on right now.
We are all lucky for that, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, some of us are not lucky. I was hoping to be pantless.
We would never know, and we'd rather not know.
You never know.
No.
No, that's true.
I don't have any pants on, but I mean, I wouldn't tell anyone that.
I know that every week.
That's right. Poor Jeremy has to come over and see me pantless. All right.
And he does shave his legs.
I do not shave my legs.
It makes it more aerodynamic.
Do you know how long it
When
would
he
take?
swings, yeah.
Dude, you know how long it would take if I shaved any hair on my body? Like, dude, I was in the ER the other day, and they were putting the sticky things on me for the EKG, and
Wait, what?
and they couldn't do it because I had too much hair. Like, couldn't register. I'm like, I'm too
Jeez.
hairy. Yeah.
That's a disjointed story, similar to LA Noir VR case files. There's a whole portion of stuff missing leading up to that hospital visit.
That's right. That's right. There's a whole lot of stuff missing, but we'll get around to it eventually. Maybe there'll be a litter box episode.
All right, so we have a little bit more news to cover.
Let's do it.
Some hilarious stuff actually going on too. Let's kick things off real quick. We want to address this, and Brian, I'm going to let you take the lead on this conversation. But essentially, according to another article from Game Industry Biz, PlayStation has closed Manchester VR Studio, and they've been open for 5 years, and basically said that they want to improve efficiency and operational effectiveness. Brian,
Hey.
let's tell the people what this means, and let's not. Yeah, no, go ahead.
I mean, let's take it piece by piece here. I think the first thing, the important thing to do is talk about who Manchester Studios is, right? Because I think that's the one thing that kind of keeps getting left out of all these conversations. We've been hearing about it, for the last couple of days. Manchester Studio shuts down. Obviously, our condolences to everybody who lost their job over there. That's first and foremost.
First and foremost.
Yep.
It was really nice to see people on Twitter reaching out and saying, hey, anybody over there, Manchester Studio, looking for a job? We have openings. I know Firesprite is looking for quality game designers. I think it was, God, we just did this. Just Add Water also tweeted out that they have openings. So hopefully everybody over there lands on their feet. We don't know how many people were employed there, but the purpose of that studio, they were opened 4 years ago, and the purpose of the five years ago, and the purpose of the studio was to make, supposedly, according to some job listings, it was supposed to be all about PlayStation VR, and they were supposed to be making exclusively VR games. And some of the job listings that we saw from Manchester Studios implied that they were AAA quality. And so, the first thing people say for this, they go, "Oh my God, what a loss for VR! How detrimental, doom and gloom. This is the end of play. This shows that Sony doesn't have a commitment to PlayStation VR. Like that was the initial impression." And I'm a little taken aback by that, because until this week, like 99% of people didn't know that Manchester Studios existed.
Yeah.
Like
They never even released anything, correct?
right.
No, I think they had I think the only thing I heard that they actually worked on was like maybe he had some help with like Blood and Truth, like maybe, and like a portion of it. But yeah, they were said to have their own game they were working on. But we never got any gameplay footage on this. And they specifically said that they're trying to improve efficiency and operational effectiveness, meaning that, no offense to these people, we love them dearly, and we hope they bounce back as soon as possible.
We love them. We don't know who they are, but we love them.
It means that they're burning up.
We love them.
They're burning up a lot of money with
Yeah.
nothing to show for it. And in any business, studios close all the time, and it's not something we ever like to see. But in any business, if I had a worker who was not outputting anything during this time where they're transitioning for the PS5, Jeremy, if you have a light or something too,
Yeah,
it
I
is
turned the
it is
monitor off
dark
and
as
now
hell.
Putting it back.
But yeah, they are optimizing their resources and aligning them in a way to where they can still output games. What do I expect from this? I expect that we still get some, we already talked about Nicholas Doucette being promoted to head of Sony Japan Studios. We know London Studios working on their next AAA game, or next VR title. And, this is unfortunate, but at that being said, this is just another move during a time where they're gearing up for a PlayStation 5 launch. And like, this means absolutely nothing. Well, it means a little bit, but not really. anything for VR. They're gonna still have tons of third party and indie support for VR, and there's just they're still gonna have first party. There's already rumors about Resident Evil 8 getting for VR support, about Gran Turismo 7. If that happens, that's gonna have VR support. So we're gonna have our big AAA titles in time, but we just got to be patient, man. And this is a totally normal thing. Riggs Gorilla Cambridge also closed down, which sucked. But Riggs didn't really do anything to really sell people on VR. Riggs wasn't selling consoles or blowing the doors wide open.
Yeah, this is I don't think even an issue. I couldn't believe when people were like losing their minds over it. It would be one thing if we had seen gameplay or even a screenshot or some idea what they were working on, because we know how Sony operates, man. Like they gave us a demo of the Persistence that looks nothing like the Persistence years before it came out. They gave us a demo of Star Child with the very first demo disc, and that's not out, man. Like 3 years ago, they saw potential in this little.
But the difference is Star Child and stuff. That's Playful Studios. That's not a Sony first party.
But Sony takes things that they see the potential in, and they want to show people as soon as possible, right? They talked about Golem 4 years before it came out. They they showed off Star Child. I mean, this is how Sony operates, giving us demos of games that we don't even know if they still exist. And so if this game had been in development for 5 years and we never saw anything from Sony, it means that most likely they're not terribly proud of whatever was going on over there. So it's not a huge loss to us, or that's my assumption anyway.
The only other thing that could be occurring is that it's been handed off to another developer
Also
or another first party studio like that, or something like that. Like the assets have been transferred. So,
yeah, there's
Secrets of what?
I thought you guys were both frozen. Neither one of you were moving.
Oh no, we just weren't moving.
Why didn't neither one's moving? Yeah.
Secrets of says, do you think that the coronavirus PS5 being scheduled with console manufacturers in China? I did actually hear about Quest being affected, some of their production, but I don't know. I mean, I
don't think it'll put a hold on it. You guys got to understand the coronavirus isn't even as potent as like the flu is. It's like
it's like a sore throat shit, correct? I mean, isn't that kind of what it is? Infection, sore throat.
It's a little bit more, but yeah.
I mean, people are dying and stuff, but it's certainly not the numbers that even the yearly flu gives us. So it seems like it's blown a little bit out of proportion. I don't think that it's going to affect.
More people choke per day than die from corona.
Right. This could be something that we don't hear about ever again in just a couple months. Like the coronavirus, out there it goes. But we'll find out. Who knows, man? Maybe it could be a massive epidemic.
Like killer bees. When I was a kid, killer bees, quicksand, and what the fuck else was something? Being abducted by aliens and human combustion.
Quicksand was something you worried
Killer
about.
bees, quicksand, being abducted by aliens.
I do remember playing outside.
Spontaneous human combustion. I feared all of those.
Spontaneous human combustion. You just disappear, just explode.
Anyway,
it's like every drummer from what's that rock and roll movie?
Oh, you're talking about
Spinal Tap.
Spinal Tap, yeah. Every drummer just like spontaneously explodes.
Right.
Yeah, I do remember playing with my friends outside when I was a kid and finding a patch of sand and we were poking it with a stick. Like, is this quicksand? So dude, maybe that was a bigger thing than I remember it being, because we were really concerned. Oh my God, what if I'm so glad we didn't step here. We could have sunk right in.
Oh shit. Somebody else did. Clogged the hole up. Now it's not a danger to anybody else.
So anyway, Manchester studio. No, I don't think it's a huge deal. It's sad because obviously when you have a studio that's been working so hard on anything, we want to know what that thing was, and hopefully there was something salvageable that Sony can make use of. But
it doesn't sound like it though.
I mean,
if there was, I think we would have heard something of it, or they would have showcased something and said they were handing it off. It was nothing.
It's kind of a good point. Like you think you think we would. Now, if this was like Sony London studio or Sony Japan studio, like with Astrobot, something, I'd be hitting the panic button like crazy right now. Right. But no, this was an unannounced project that, it could have been something that they had like a, what do they call that? Where they get like the demo and stuff together and they get
vertical
it ready.
Slice?
Vertical slice. Thank you. That could have been all they had. And it was like a kind of a tech demo kind of thing. And then never really went in the direction that they saw something like, that was worth investing all this time and money and resources into. They can do it better, man. There are games, there are independent third-party studios that will make VR games that will blow the doors off of places, and they can say, hey, let us throw. Brian, you and I were talking about this. You were saying like they can go to approach these developers and say, hey, let us give you this money for this VR exclusivity, even if it's a timed exclusive, like Moss was, and then it can be successful, and then eventually go on to another platform and flourish. But I think that's going to be a big thing. Like I said, I still think we're going to get. I think we're going to get a couple quality, really big games for VR. But yeah, this was just one that has didn't make the cut, unfortunately, and it happens all the time, and it sucks. But it happens. It really does.
Just want to make sure that no one's like losing their shit or anything. There's no reason to freak out. Again, like if this was a studio that had a proven track record, we'd be way more concerned. But this is a studio that Sony owns so many studios that this is bound to happen occasionally, where they say we took a risk on this, it didn't pan out, and it says nothing to their commitment of PlayStation VR. It says nothing to the or to the future of PlayStation VR 2. This is nothing. And again, I don't want to speak for everybody watching, but I mean, as no one talked about Manchester Studio. No one.
No, I did. I had heard that once, and that was it ever.
We were paying attention to them because they had the job listings for a AAA PlayStation VR game, and we were like, okay, this is a team we want to pay attention to. And then nothing ever came from it. So it's like, okay, well, not a huge loss. The hope is that they'll find another team to take their place, and there'll be, this won't be like such a huge deal next generation, because there's going to be a whole lot more VR developers. As AJ already said, there's going to be the first party stuff. There's going to be the stuff that third parties just are already making, and then there's going to be the stuff where where it's just easier and cheaper for Sony to say, hey, you made this game, here's a bunch of money, make sure there's a PlayStation VR version of it, right? That is way cheaper. Even if you give like Capcom a few $1 million and say, hey, bring this to PlayStation VR 2 or PlayStation 5 VR, whatever you want to say, it's way cheaper for them than starting up a studio and saying, hey, do this, do that, whatever, from scratch, IP, whatever. There's so many ways about getting PlayStation VR games moving forward that this should not even be a concern.
Joe Oblique says, greetings and meows. What's up, dude?
What's up, Joe Oblique?
Greetings from the U.S. And Sanador, make sure you go check out the VR grid because you won something over. All right, I am ready to move on. Just wanted to address this and tell you guys everything's going to be fine. They are in a transitional period. Nothing to see here, folks. Because you'll see 100 articles being like, "Oh, what's going to happen to VR?"
Yeah,
no, it's going to be fine.
Yeah,
they're just doing that because either A, they don't know, or B, they need the click revenue. Which I understand. You got a job to do. Do your job. It's fine. Your job is to get people to click on your articles and make it seem like the world is fucking blowing up.
I need to get better at that, man. I need more clickbaity stuff.
No, you really don't, man.
I need to have breaking news reports about every little piece of shit news that comes out.
Put your title, see what the groom did on the wedding altar, or something like that. Everybody will click it to read.
At least it's not
actually nothing except make his bride cry out of joy. It's not like what you'd expect.
At least it's not a rumor. At least this was actually, which is nice.
Right.
Yeah.
But they people totally went overboard with it. So, Firewall 0 Hour has had its update and is also free. It's free, Jeremy, on PlayStation Plus this month.
Good thing I canceled PlayStation Plus a few months ago.
Yeah. Well, you already have you do have Firewall.
I do have Firewall.
Right? Yeah, and I think you streamed it. We streamed it together one time. That was a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, Firewall is free for PlayStation Plus users this month. Make sure you guys go download it. I don't care if you're not interested in it. I don't care if you don't have an aim controller. Go download it, and you have to try it out. Trust me, there's no harm in just trying it out. And this new season Operation Black Dawn has an oil rig. It's a brand new level oil rig and a new weapon. It's like some custom like RCP-90 looking thing. That's pretty cool. Brian, we got to stream this and had some fun with Dave Station. What'd you think of this stuff, man? And how much does this game How awesome is this game, man?
This game's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
This game's pretty awesome. Firewall is one of those games that you just want to jump into all the time. And he said, I'm just gonna jump in for an hour. I'm gonna play a couple games, hang out with my friends, blah blah blah, this and that, whatever. And then next thing you know, it's 4:00 in the morning. The sun's coming up. You played 200 games, and you're still saying just one more, which is great.
That happened to us. Our stream, we were about to end, and then we had a loss. And this stream, guys, it was a lot. I know it slow, but man, we had like the entire stream was just winning. I think we had 2 losses this entire stream.
Really?
And I don't
Bryan
play
was
with
on your team?
Oh,
Yeah.
I had nothing to do with those wins.
Well, we did get that. What was his name? Steel Toddlers.
Steel and Toddlers.
People have the best usernames,
adorable.
but yeah, I mean, he eventually started not giving us the opportunity to win or to get any kills. But
I mean,
before him, also big shout out to Rypop, Johnny Rypop, the stray cat, for
right.
joining us. It was a lot of fun though, man. And yeah, just wanted to remind people that everybody needs to go check this out. Don't care if you don't have an aim controller; it doesn't matter. You need to try this. This is one of the best VR games, not PSVR. This is, in my opinion, one of the best VR games, period. And very experienced group of developers from like the Call of Duty franchise, Black Ops. I loved Black Ops. Of course, this is built more like Rainbow Six Siege, but yeah, go check it out for sure. In other news, touring carts also got an update. Which I got to check out. The most significant being that they had some bug fixes. I think the biggest update, part of this update, is that voice chat.
Yeah.
I just had to clear my throat. But voice chat has been added to the multiplayer. I did try this earlier. They've also added forced feedback to the Thrustmaster series. It wasn't like as great as I thought it was going to be, but it was something. And it was something that I wanted in this game. But yeah, touring carts got this update and pretty cool stuff. Bryan, have you? I don't imagine you got a chance to play this.
I didn't have time because it updated. Was it this morning?
It was actually like yesterday, something really recently.
Gotcha. And yeah, I've been working on my reviews take me forever, so I've been working on that on my Throw Anything review. But when I saw that this had an update, I immediately checked because I was excited. Obviously, anything touring carts is exciting to. Anything added to touring carts is great because everything they've added so far has been awesome. But the thing that made me so happy was, in fact, the voice chat, because it's one thing if you like group up with a bunch of people ahead of time and go say, hey, do you want to go play touring carts? And you get everybody together in a party chat, right? And how many times have we played touring carts in a party chat, like on the PlayStation 4, using the PlayStation 4's chat feature, and just laughed hysterically, like we're taunting each other, making fun of each other. I mean, I do nothing but laugh in this game when I'm playing it with other people. And then when you just go, oh, I'm just going to go play online and I don't have people to play with, well, that you're missing out on a whole feature where it's just so much more fun to like interact with all the other people that you're, when you take a gigantic chicken and you throw it out onto the track and it runs over like 3 cars in a row and you go speeding past, like you got to be able to taunt those people. And so getting the ability to do that without being in a party chat is awesome. So huge.
Yeah, and there were people online actually, which is just like rare for VR games. But yeah, there was. I jumped in earlier, a couple people in the lobby waiting, and I know they've done some tweaks and enhancements to that as well. Minecraft, Bryan,
I've heard of that
all
game.
games. Jeremy, you ever play Minecraft? I haven't actually.
I did once. When it first came to Xbox. I don't know if it was it 360 or was it Xbox One it came?
I think it was one.
Wait, they were like OG Xbox?
No, the 360.
Yeah, 360.
Oh, it was on 360?
Yep.
Xbox. It was 360?
Yep.
So I played it like 2 days after it came out on there, and I went into one of my buddy's games. I made a big, huge staircase to look down, and I went to where the ocean was, and I dug a very foul word, and I had him follow me, climb up the stairs, and he looked down to see the huge word that I wrote in his world and filled with water, and then he kicked me out of the game. And that was it. That was my experience with Minecraft.
The reason I bring this up is because there's actually a petition that started like out of nowhere to bring Minecraft to PSVR.
I would actually play that. In
Dominic
VR.
B has started it and made a petition to Microsoft, somebody else, and says now that Minecraft on PS4 runs on Bedrock Edition, make it compatible with the PSVR headset plus motion move controllers. It would be one of the best VR experiences on PSVR and basically make an infinite playtime in VR. The only reason I'm bringing this up is because I actually want to support this, even if I don't even play it. I mean, I would because it's VR or PSVR. But I just want to support this. So I hope they do some damage with this petition. It doesn't really have like a lot of people signing it so
Where
far.
is the petition? How can we sign it?
Change.org.
I have a link. I'll drop a link in the Discord. And just for the sake of it, I don't expect. Obviously, I don't expect this to actually maybe work. I don't know. Who knows? You never know. But I'll drop a link in the Discord so that people can actually sign it, because I just want to bring more bigger, popular games to PSVR, and why not? So, want to give a shout out to them. Random as hell, but yeah, why not? It could be fun.
Yep.
Hey, real quick, I want to give a shout out to Robbie B, the English Game Cat, with the £2 donation saying VR finally came to PlayStation Plus. Will it boost the platform? What do we think?
I think so, because I think in a way it could, because it's Firewall, and Firewall is a very good game, and I think that has a good chance to get a couple people curious or excited about it for sure. I don't think it's going to boost it as a whole, but I think it can do a little damage.
Dude, you get a military shooter like Firewall, right? I mean, we see that military shooters just blow it out of the water. People bought
flourish,
right? People bought Warzone. People bought Warzone because they're like, this looks like it could be great, even if it's not great. Like Warzone has like, I don't know how many views. Like my review has a ton of views. Where like games that we actually consider good or like worth paying attention to have like 5,000 to 10,000 views. Warzone passed like 25,000 views in its first 2 weeks. Like that's scary, right? It means that people are probably buying a lot of garbage out there, or hopefully not, because they actually watched the review.
No, they are, because it has a lot of ratings. Like it has a lot of like 1-star ratings.
Right. So it's so basically when all these people, hopefully everyone taking advantage of PlayStation Plus, they say, what are the 3 new games this week or this month, right? And they say, oh, there's a PSVR game. Who knows? Maybe I'll buy that one day. And then they download it and they go, oh, they start looking into it and seeing it is a military shooter, but it's a really, really good one. And it reminds them of Rainbow Six that they played like years ago. Like all these things get into people's heads and they go, maybe I should pick one of these things up. I think you could.
I'm sure there's people out there that own a set that never turn it on. They got it bundled with Christmas. Who knows? And they just don't have a game to play with it besides a demo disc.
Right.
I did just post the Minecraft petition in the Discord, by the way, just for those who want to sign it. It's in general and it's in news.
Nice.
I think I got to make a new Discord thing. It's still doing like last time. It says that it's unclaimed, and then when I go to claim it,
I remember you. Okay,
it's already taken, and I'm like, yeah, by me. It still works on my phone apparently, but not on the the computer.
I forgot about that. All right,
so I can't see messages or anything. So I apologize. I can't respond.
We'll just get it sorted before the next one.
The next time, yeah, no shit.
Worries.
Maybe I gotta make a new account.
That'd probably be the easiest.
Yeah. All the messages we're getting here, Jeremy, are from the live stream on YouTube, though. So if you
oh yeah, that's true.
So if you have all of that over there,
yeah, you can see
you can keep up with everybody.
All
right, what's the next news story we got to talk about?
Groundhog Day by Tequila Works has gotten a permanent price drop to $14.99.
That's the price point, Bryan.
Yeah, this was surprising. I wish more games. We were talking about how we really wish. I love raw data, but it has no business being $40. Same with Sirento. Sirento needs to be like $15-$20 as well. And these are good games, but they are like way too expensive at that price point. And so it's nice to see someone out there likely due to not doing well in sales.
That's most likely.
So not for this reason, but yeah, I don't know about this game, man. I enjoyed it, but I stopped playing it because I just got kind of bored and wanted to play something like fun and exciting. And this is a different approach. This is a very story driven kind of thing. And yeah, I don't know. What do you think about this whole deal?
I mean, yeah, we don't see enough price drops in VR games. You nailed it with the raw data comparison. It's sad to see this one it's not even 6 months old and already, being severely discounted. I really enjoyed this game. I don't think it was a great game, but I think it was a great story that was told, a nice extension to the Groundhog Day universe.
Right.
Because, Groundhog Day is such a classic. And this, surprisingly, wasn't bad, man. Like, the story that this one told was really good. And all the times it, like, kind of, harkened back to the original, I was like, oh, yeah, like, it pulled at my heartstrings a few times. I cried maybe once, maybe twice. I forget. Hashtag Bryan cries at everything. God damn it. I was watching iCarly yesterday. Fucking tears, man. Just tears. That last episode. I just can't, man. I can't. Come back, Carly. Great game though. Great game for the price.
Frontier.
This is the perfect price point for this game now. And if you're down to maybe struggle through some of the game's lesser mechanics, like some of the more fumbly mechanics, if you like the original Groundhog Day at all, like, you really owe it to yourself to hear this story out and check it out. This is gonna have to be a Why We Love episode soon, Jeremy, isn't it?
It does, because I've been wanting to play this one actually.
Nice.
It's a fucking classic movie. I have to play the game.
It's a great movie.
This
yeah.
And the character stuff was pretty funny.
What was funny? The characters?
Yeah, the characters and stuff. Like, there were some funny moments. It's just, I don't know. I'm all about jumping and doing backflips and flying F-17s and, blowing shit up.
And the sad thing is, like, compared to their last, the last VR effort, Tequila Works, they did The Invisible Hours. And, like,
right.
The Invisible Hours was a little bit clunky in terms of, you have to use teleportation, blah, 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 whatever. But man, that's just so memorable. So memorable. And so that the fact that they followed it up with this was a little bit like, oh, you guys didn't quite nail it the way you nailed it the first time. I had really high hopes for this because of that. But what can you do, man? Sophomore slump, maybe. Sophomore VR slump. The Invisible Hours.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't play that one.
So next up, oh my God, this is crazy. Darkness Roller Coaster has tweeted that there will be apparently some more content coming soon, February 12th. Now, this game, I don't know what this tweet means. I think it sounds like there's more content coming to it. This game didn't even pass certification in the US because it's broken. It's actually, when I have all my folders on my PS4, I have a folder called Bad. I have the worst from the left and, like, the least worst to the right. I think at the very right is Telefrag, because it's like,
Telefrag's bad.
It's bad, but it's not a bad design. It's not like a really bad game. It's just a lot of bad ideas and useless ideas that went into it. All the way to the left, next to Warzone and next to Reborn Samurai Awakened, is Darkness Roller Coaster.
Is this one worse than?
It is worse because
Wow.
It's a better idea. Maybe Warzone is worse. Warzone might be the worst game on PSVR.
I mean, I think Reborn is really cutting it close there. Like that is
they're so close to each other.
Because this does. I mean, okay, I don't have the vast Darkness Roller Coaster knowledge that maybe some of you guys do, but I played this minimally because that's all I could really bear to deal with. I know that there's some people, even on our Discord, is it Bel Ramio that defends this a little bit?
Yes.
So it's somewhat enjoyable to at least some people. And the fact, and I do have to give the developers credit, because when this first came out in EU, wherever it launched first, it seemed like I downloaded it pretty much day one, and it seemed like every day there was a new patch for it.
Yeah,
Like,
every single day.
every single
because
day,
it
it's
barely
nonstop.
even functioned.
Right.
I mean, it's like it's the only game. I've got a video on one of my sub specials. I don't remember, but it's called the most broken game I've ever played. Because it is. It was like stuff disappearing and stuff. It's the only game that almost made me. It did kind of make me sick actually because of just how bad it performed. I got to give these guys some credit somehow for actually not giving up on this game. They even told me directly, we're sorry, we're a new developer to this, we're learning. And they have really stuck it out and kept developing for this game. And as much as I hate this game and despise it, I'm like, I got to give them some credit for never giving up on it because it's been out for like, how long has it been out? Like a year or two? I don't know. But it's amazing to me that they haven't given up.
Hey, good for them, man. Good for them. Hopefully they can make this into something redeemable. You know, it's not terribly expensive. It's what, like maybe $12, $13, $14 around that?
Yeah.
You know, so hopefully...
It does not look like what it does in this trailer. It does not look
real quick,
anything like it.
Sanador just tagged me in a tweet. Apparently, Private Division is delaying Outer Worlds on Nintendo Switch due to the coronavirus impacting the team working on the port. So this is causing issues somewhere in the world. So I apologize for making light of that. Apparently, it is causing some problems.
Yeah, no, it's not good.
And thanks for the heads up, Sanador.
So moving on, X Pacer posted this in the Discord and was that Honor and Duty D-Day. We have an update about the textures. You know, we've been waiting for this Pro patch, which is still coming, but basically Reggie had put in the update that the textures and stuff are actually functioning on the base PS4. So if you have Honor and Duty and you have a base PS4, you will get a texture bump as well.
Right, so the Pro patch is actually just the patch, which is kind of cool.
Right. Well, here's the thing though, is that he's aiming. The Pro will still have some more enhancements compared to the base PS4. It will have better shadowing and better processing. So post processing is what I meant to put. But big shout out to X-Pacer for posting that in there because I forgot to let that one slip by me. But really excited to try this out. I went over to Strange Game Studios recently, but I didn't get a chance to play this title.
What did you get a chance to play, AJ? Am I putting you on the spot? Should I not have brought that up?
You are putting me on the spot. Yeah, we shouldn't talk about it. If you, I will share information on soon what I was playing over there. You guys will be the first to know, I promise.
It's not true. I'm sure somebody else in your real life knows already.
A couple people do. But Patreon supporters know.
There we go.
Shameless plug. No, but yeah, so I just, I'm looking forward to this update. I want to see. Yeah, so late February is when he's aiming for that. All right, and in our final piece of news, Brian.
Oh yeah, man.
And Jeremy.
Yep.
There is, just want to let you guys know that there is a Critics' Choice. Brad out of hell says I want a vid of that bad folder. I will. Brad out of how are you in the Discord? I could post a picture, a screenshot of that folder in the Discord. It is ugly. The games in there. I want to use this folder to make the worst PSVR games list. I've said it before. I'm either doing it myself or I'm doing it with Bryan. I would love to do it with Bryan really and have just a worst PSVR.
I've already got the list. Dave, and I spent hours figuring out the list a while back.
Yes, but I want to do it during a time where there's also some good stuff to talk about.
Yeah,
I don't want to just shit on PSVR when nothing's really going on. There's no point. We will get eventually one day to do that.
This Critics' Choice sale.
Yeah,
what's good?
There's a couple. These are the couple highlights. The first one is Super Hot for $14.99. Jeremy, you played Super Hot, right?
You bet your ass. I did play that one.
What do you think about that game for $14.99?
That's a no-brainer. That would have been a no-brainer at $19.99.
Yeah.
$24.99.
I paid full price for it. I think it's a better game, but it was still a good game.
Yeah, it was awesome. I dug it.
Yeah. Also, you got to remember when it came out too. Like there was not a whole lot to play when that game came out.
Right.
So I was
One
absolutely
seconds.
happy with what I paid for that at the time.
How much was it originally?
That's why I was just wondering. Was it?
Somebody didn't like that comment, and then I like Super Hot, man. Fuck you. That's not what I meant. But $25 for Super Hot is a little much. All right?
But did it launch at 25? Why do I think it was more? I want to say, why do I think it was 30?
Well, did it come with? It came.
No, I think it was 25 just for the
Came in
VR.
Oh,
Just for the VR.
was
Yeah,
25.
maybe.
Okay, so yeah, the original price is 25 here on the PlayStation Store. So as long as it didn't get a permanent price drop at any point, I guess I could always check PS prices, right? But
Guys, I do not have Immortal Legacy. Bad.
Mortal Legacy's in the
Action.
awesome folder.
Yes, it is in my awesome folder. And fun fact, Bravo Team is the only PSVR game that I deleted from my system.
Oh, dude.
It's the only game that I don't even have installed. It's just deleted from my system
Aw.
because fuck Bravo Team. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. You like Bravo Team.
Me,
And
I forget who commented on a video. They liked it as well. There was two of us.
We all forgot
Two
who
of you.
commented on
They
that.
probably
Because,
like it.
yeah. It's,
5 million headsets.
It's so bad. It's so
Two
bad.
people.
When people try to compare it to Time Crisis, I'm like, yeah, if you take all the cool stuff out of Time Crisis, I guess I can kind of see where you're coming from. But holy crap, man. It's like everything that was so intense and exciting about Time Crisis is not in Bravo Team. So yeah, if you want a bland, brown, boring Time Crisis, I guess, yeah, maybe.
You want
it
a
does.
regular ass microwave
Blood-
baked potato, then that's
Jeremy,
it.
have you played Blood and Truth yet?
No,
Dude,
actually that's one of
Go
my
play.
last-
Okay, so Blood and Truth is on sale right now in this Critics' Choice Award sale
Oh, how much?
for $20, $19.99. And
'cause I have
dude,
such a back catalog of shit, Brian.
oh
kept me-
man. Well,
fucking
this is not the longest game ever. It's like 4 hours, 5 hours. I don't know, but it does have like extra challenges and a hard mode you can unlock, a bunch of stuff to do. But
I
dude,
have a formula. Brian, how long did it take you to beat that game?
Blood and Truth?
Yeah.
5 hours on the dot.
So it's probably about 2.5 hours.
Yeah, you seem to beat everything in about half the time I do. Which is great, man. Every time I'm like, dude, go play this for a Why We Love episode, you're like, all right, I'm done. I'm like, what? What just happened? I just told you to play it 2 seconds ago.
I know when you say like, "Oh, this took me 8 hours," so here you go. Like 4 hours later, when the credits are rolling, I'm like, "The fuck was he doing?"
dude, if you think Bravo Team is good, man, go play Blood and Truth. My God, you're missing out on one of the best PSVR games. I mean, dude, you're a movie guy. You like Die Hard. You like
yeah.
The Matrix. You like
Yeah.
all these movies. You like James Bond movies, right?
Yeah.
You need to play Blood and Truth. I'm not joking. It is
I've been wanting to.
incredible.
It's, like without a doubt on my my personal list of shit that I want to fucking play.
It is just, it's incredible, man. Incredible, mind blowing good. Also, so there's something interesting too. Concrete Genie is on sale for like, I think it was like $17 or something.
I'll be right back.
No worries. It's like on sale for $17. But what caught my attention, Brian at
Yes.
GameCats, is that there is a Concrete Genie Deluxe bundle, is what it says, for $6. I don't know if this is a price error or something, but if this is true, then you guys should probably pick up. Maybe I'll buy it just to see if it is. But the regular game is 12 gigs. The deluxe bundle is 11 gigs, and it's like, I don't know. It's really confusing, but it might be price error. And if it is, and if anybody picked it up, let us know.
The deluxe bundle includes 4 digital add-ons. It doesn't include the game.
It doesn't include the game.
No, it was originally $10 and it's on sale for $6. And it includes the dynamic theme, digital art book, the music of Concrete Genie, and the 12 pond themed brushes.
Damn, I was hoping that was some kind of price error, and I was trying to hook you guys up. Concrete Genie for the VR mode alone is not worth $17, but it is really cool. And so I was hoping that maybe there was some price error, something like that, to where you could pick it up. I think it would be worth $6 to pick up Concrete Genie just for the VR mode alone.
Amazon had Concrete Genie physical version on sale for like $20 for a while, so I grabbed one of those. But yeah, the VR mode, as nice as it looks, there's just not a lot to do, or not to make it really worth your while for that much.
The one 3D environment is really cool, but the rest is just painting on a flat, like static thing.
Yeah,
but
man, if they could ever bring that actual game into VR, oof, like Concrete Genie is such a beautiful game. I would love to play that in VR. Hopefully, they can port that over next gen.
It does look gorgeous.
Lip movement is like the old claymation Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer type of.
Yeah, yeah, and this kid reminds me of like an Infamous too. Like the whole there's something about his character model and just maybe like the streets that just all reminds me of Infamous.
Oh yeah, and this little backpack.
That helps.
Thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And finally, the one, the only Astrobot Rescue Mission is on sale for $17.99. If you haven't picked up Astrobot, what are you not doing, or what are you doing with played? Jeremy, please tell me you've played Astrobot.
Of course.
All right. Yeah, I mean that is, I'm such a sucker for platformers, man. I love platformers. It's what I grew up playing, and so Astrobot is like the premier VR platformer that you can get, besides maybe Moss.
Yeah, if there's anyone out there who looks at Astrobot and says, "Man, this game looks like it's for kids," or whatever, all you want to do is like run around with an aim controller and shoot a bunch of guys, and you should absolutely consider this at the price point it's at. This thing launched at $40, right? And then it got a permanent price drop to, I believe, $20, and now it's on sale for $17, something like that. And holy crap, man! Like this thing you're gonna get your money's worth out of this. It is so much fun. That little fucking Captain Astrobot is so adorable, man. Running by the screen as he runs by your face, he's like waving at you and stuff. And he just grabs onto your visor when you're underwater. It's adorable. I can't get enough of it. Man, I know
I've heard so many people say, "Oh my god, I thought this was like some kid's game," and they're like, "Holy shit, this is good." I'm like, I told you, man. That's like saying Mario is a kid's game. It's like, no, it's an everybody game. It's for everybody. Yeah.
There's a reason it's one of the best. It's considered one of the best VR games out there. It's proof positive that things do not need to be in first person to be enjoyable in VR. All right, guys. I think that's the end of our news.
Guys, that is the end.
It up. Throw it in the trash. God damn, now you gotta pick it all up.
I know it sucks, but
Jeremy, we gotta make sure we get your setup all righted so that the next time we do this, it's a little more seamless. But I do appreciate you swinging by and hanging out with us for the last half of the show.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, I gotta make a new thing or something, and we'll have to do a dry run to get it to work right.
We'll figure it out.
Keep up the great work on Why We Love Me. Really enjoy watching each and every one of those. Last one was what? Shadow Legend? That was really good too.
Shadow Legend last week? Holy crap.
I know, right?
I feel like maybe it could have been another one, but I thought it was Shadow Legend.
No, it was just last week.
Yeah.
Technically 2 weeks ago, but yeah, last week.
Man, when Shadow Legend's the only good game to come out so far this year, it's like I feel like we just not talk about it nonstop. It's like we did 2 weeks of GamesCast Live about it. We did a review. We did a Why We Love. I'm surprised I didn't play a full a full Let's Play documenting every single minute of the game. But that was a good one, right, Jeremy? You're a big fan?
That was awesome. Yeah, that was a great game. Awesome.
Nice.
I got to check out Blood and Truth. AJ's got me more pumped for it than I already was.
If I had a physical, I don't know if there is a physical. If I had a physical version, I would send that to you.
I have a physical version. I could pass it off. So.
Yes. Yeah, let him do that.
We could do that next time I see you on when I see you on Monday, Jeremy. Just remind me, and I'll pass that off to you. So you can play in all that spare time you don't have.
Just Incredible wants us to mention real quick that Rec Room got billiards,
nice.
Which I haven't had a chance to check that out. I've been wanting to go back into Rec Room since what was it called? I keep wanting to say Sprint Vector, but it's like something else.
I forget what it's
Stunt
called.
Runner.
Stunt Runner. Nailed it.
And I did play it over, and like Rec Room has added all this stuff, dude. That is another game that gets an update every single week.
I just recently deleted that one actually from my console to make room.
Yeah.
Well, it is probably the best free game that you can get. Incredible.
It was a blast. I used to play it a lot with Mikey. And,
Nice. I remember that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I want to check out this billiards. If the tracking or anything is, I'm sure the tracking's pretty good and stuff. But yeah, everything Rec Room does is really good. So definitely might check out that billiards at some point.
Excellent. Yeah, I don't think I've stopped into Rec Room since before October, because I was meaning to get back in there to see some of the haunted houses, and I didn't, which means that the last time I was in there...
The Bloodborne room was so good.
Man, I can't believe I missed that. So,
Yes,
well, it's still there.
I think you are the only one that mentioned Fantastic Contraption. And then I saw Genetic Blasphemy. Now with my new job, my new schedule, maybe I can actually get back to having time to do a live stream. Because before it was just chaotic. And we recorded Mondays when I used to do the live streams, so that changed everything. But now it's like whole different world.
Yeah, we got to work on a new schedule, man. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Great to get you live streaming again.
Yeah, Ultimate Punch, we did cover touring carts. And I saw that stupid donkey has actually taken over on a lot of the... Lots of game cats, man. So many game cats that I see. Gumball's Game Room. Lots of game cats owning the leaderboards on touring. Good stuff. I'm gonna get back into it, and I've got my wheel set up right now actually, and I'm gonna play some more.
Sounds pretty good, man. Sounds pretty good. I got some reviews I got to work on, so it's probably time to end this thing. I want to make sure that everybody heads over to the Discord server. The link is in the description. Make sure you join us over there. For anybody new to Discord, I say this all the time. Don't be scared of it. It's because when Jade Out was like, you guys should start a Discord server, I was like, I don't really know how that works or really even what that is. But we did it, and I'm so happy we did because, man, that's where we get to all hang out all the time. It is an awesome place to hang out. So thank you to everybody that hangs out over there and keeps me company while I'm busy at work editing videos and stuff. Random conversations, but I love every second of it. Jeremy, sounds like that should be a place you hang out. You are like the king of random conversations.
No shit.
I feel like you should.
But yeah, my old job, it was like I remember in the beginning, I'd look at the Discord, I'd start to type something, and then lo and behold, work. So I'd have to like put it down, and topics change quicker on Discord than they do in my fucking head.
Yeah.
So getting back to it was like 38 topics later, and irrelevant for me to answer whatever it was I was answering.
Yeah.
But now it's different.
It's a whole new world.
Oh yeah.
Nice. All right, guys, let's put an end to this show. Another PSVR GamesCast Live in the books, for the record books. Thank you to all the cats that hung out. Thank you for all the donations. Thank you to everybody who left comments. Thank you to everybody who started conversations. Also, thank you to everybody who just sat back and watched and didn't say a word, because I was just like you, and I love you all.
And we know you're out there.
That's right. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, AJ. Thank you, cats. My name is Bryan. We're out.
See you guys.
All right,
now, Jeremy, you got to hang out while we head to the outro here.
Communist Bean, the Cat Game, Secrets of SP, Bob Zarkoff, the Underground Day Station, Gabe Cat, Monkey Man Games, Delirium, Drew, Ultimate Punch, Rody, Just Incredible VR, DB Choppa, what's up, dude? Dennis Frazier, hello. Nick Mulo, Uncharted is a good game, Nick. Everybody yell at Nick and tell him.
Why, does he think it's not a good game?
He thinks it's not a good game. Is he not fucking crazy?
He's a little fucking crazy.
He's crazy.
You just went down a notch in my love category.
Yeah, you just went down a notch on Jeremy's love category.
So,
wow.
I don't
take that, Nick.
I'm like I'm not
aggressive.
Like I'm like flaccid love to it.
Aggressive VR gamer. Dylan Gladstone, yucks. Guys on fist bump to you. Robbie B, Creed Gamer Show. Lethal Weasel VR. Thank you guys. Aceville, Johnny No Pockets. What's up, dude? Good to see you again. Jeremy, any last second stories you can share with us?
No.
Anything weird happened to you lately?
It's been so. My mind is so on. I got to pass this test on Tuesday in order for me to like actually sell the insurance that I'm going to be selling. And the book is this fucking fat.
They,
It's
they
like
can't see
this.
us.
It's a very fat, thick book, and there's so many flashcards. I mean, it's insane. It's stressful how much. And every term, so my brain is all about like insurance terminology and like ownership and property and coverage, and it's fucking. So stories, I'm sure they're in there somewhere, but they're covered up with, real life shit.
We'll save the stories for the next litter box.
Truly.
When we dissect the meaning of "fly by the seat of your pants."
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks a bunch, and thank you to everybody. We love you all. Good night.
We'll see you guys.